the world will change. Drexel University is designed to change with it. Drexel's unique design combines academic rigor with a transformative cooperative education program, positioning students and faculty alongside the experts tackling today's most complex issues. By constantly learning and evolving as the world moves forward, Drexel produces visionary leaders equipped to anticipate and address the challenges of the future. This is experiential education. Learn more at drexel.edu/ambition can't wait.
Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the war room. We got Dev, Kill, Jimmy, PJ, B. Austin, the hot block commander. How you wanna end a 1 or 2 hour show to keep the brain running with the premise to talk sports on a national level? Bold with the topic, sorta like the rebels when it's game time. They like the Fab Five during prime time. Sports conglomerates speak their minds a little bit. For sports medicine and sports veterans and greats. The 4th and 26th, so the war in Kuwait. It's the war room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, diversified and educated. Yep.
All right, what's good, War Room family? You're once again live in the War Room, brought to you by War Room Sports on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. Of course, I'm one of your hosts. I'm Dev McMillan. I'm at the round table with my team. Got Jimmy the Blueprint in the building. Bull B. Austin. The NBA season has tipped. This thing of ours is underway, so we'll talk opening week. So keep it locked right here. And if you want to get in on the conversation, you know what to do. Make sure you sign in right now to the JW Philly Realty chat room at blogtalkradio.com/the War Room, or you can join us on Facebook or Twitter at War Room Sports. You can also call us directly in about 10 minutes after we gamble with Gus when we open up the Digital Extreme Tech hotline. That number, as usual, is 323-410-0012. Before we get started, like we always do, we just want to remind you guys that during the week, we're not live on the air. Make sure you check out archived episodes of our show. You can do that at warroomsports.com. You can do that on the War Room Sports mobile app, which is free for Android and iOS. You can do that on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker. Man, most places that you do podcast listening, look us up. We're probably on there. What up, Akis? What's the deal? How's the week been so far?
You know, man, everything's good, man. News is crazy as ever. News crazy as ever. I'm just out here trying to get that Canelo money, man.
I noticed that Melo ain't Melo no more, but we've been through that.
Melo is I don't know. Melo need to go out and be who he need to be. Lou Willville. Melo need to go get that 6th man of the year and stop bitching.
Stay Melo, though. Melo is wealthy.
No doubt. All right, well, let's jump right into it because we got a lot of stuff that we need to talk about. And, of course, you know, we got to gamble with Gus real quick. So before we get into that, just got to let you know what Hot Topics and Gambling with Gus is brought to you by MyBookie. Let's talk turkey for a minute and how much of it you can make betting on sports contests at MyBookie. The NFL is chugging along. The NBA is underway. The MLB postseason is here. So if you haven't checked out MyBookie, you're tripping. This is a great time to do so. You can lay down some money on the biggest games in sports. You could join us and thousands of other online players placing bets at mybookie.ag. If you're tired of getting a runaround when it's time for a payout, then you have to try MyBookie. If you win, they pay. You get your pay fast, no hassles, none of that BS. You're wasting your time betting on sports anywhere else. They even have in-game live betting so you can place wagers after tip-off or kickoff. Join now, and MyBookie will match your first deposit with a, wait for it, 100% bonus. You heard it right, 100%. Just use the promo code WARROOM, all caps, WARROOM, to activate this offer. Visit mybookie.ag today. Play, win, get paid early. All right, so let's go to the phone lines because we got the homie Gus Griffin waiting to give you guys some picks, some NFL picks this week against the spread. Gus, what's going on, good brother?
How y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. How was your week last week?
It's not bad. Could have been better if the doggone never take their foot off the neck Patriots that scored the touchdown instead of kicking the doggone field goal. I'd have been 3-2. No, what I'd have been? I'd have been 3-1-1.
1-1.
3-1-1 instead of 2-1.
All right, so for the season, that makes you 13-15-2. We're hovering right around 500. We gotta get it turned around. All right, so let's start it this week. You're gonna start out with the Lions game. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions minus the 3. I just don't trust Miami. I don't trust Miami. I'm not going to lose because I believe Miami has actually become a good team, and I damn sure ain't going to lose because I believe in that Brock Osweiler performance last week being sustainable. Don't believe it. Ain't going to see it. I'm sorry. I like the Lions minus 3. They're coming off a bye. It's more against Miami than it is for the Lions. But the odds makers are very bright here. They know everyone saw what Miami did to that vaunted Bear defense last week, and they know that most people are going to take them 3 points at Miami at home. So I'm going the other way.
All right. So the next game is the Jets-Vikings, and we're doing the over-under here. The over-under is 46. Jets-Vikings.
Taking the over. Break up the Jets, man. And it's not that they've done it against great defenses, but they've been playing pretty good offensive football the last few weeks. The Vikings defense hasn't been the same since your Eagles torched them in the conference championship game last year. So between the Vikings defense slipping, Jets offense on the rise, I see at least a 27-20 game there. I expect the Vikings to actually win, but I see at least a 27-20 game taking over.
Okay. All right, so the next one we have the Baltimore Ravens facing. I'm tripping here. I couldn't find it. The New Orleans Saints at home. This is a Baltimore game at home.
Yeah, I'm doing over and under and the side here. I'm taking the Ravens minus 2.5. I'm taking the Ravens minus 2.5. The Saints are very different, and we've known this for years. They're very different outside of the dome. But the other factor, I think, is they probably should revert to their old light them up, outscore them strategy against Baltimore's defense. But with Ingram back and Kamara, I think they're going to try to get back to what they did last year, which they're very successful at, which is running the ball more, protecting that defense. And I think that's going to lead to a lower scoring game, but also take a place into the Ravens game plan. So I'm taking the Ravens minus 2.5, and I'm taking the under 49.5. Under 49.5.
Yeah, under 49.5 for that one. Got it. All right, and you got something dropping for us on the website in the morning?
I don't know if I get it in the morning, but it's going to be on the Le'Veon Bell holdout, and an aspect that a lot of people haven't really talked about much, which is just really what it really reveals about what that franchise tag is really all about.
Okay. Well, you guys look out for that soon. We will let you know when it is available, maybe sometime this weekend. But Gus, as usual, thanks for your time, and we will wrap to you next week.
All right. Thank you much. I may be traveling next. Well, I will be. I'll be out of the country next week, but so tentative on whether I can call in.
Okay. Either way, send them in.
You ain't ducking no bookies, are you?
Now, I was going to do that on a bet at the first week when I went 0-5.
All right. Well, we might talk to you next week. Either way, we'll have your picks. And if you're not here, we'll read them off for you.
All right.
All right, Gus. Gus Griffin, everybody. Gambling with Gus. Go to mybookie.ag and get your bets in for the week. All right, fellas, just a quick update on the MLB postseason. Of course, we are in the League Championship Series. Boston, once again, one win away from another berth in the World Series. They're up 3-1 on the defending champs, Houston Astros. That game is tonight. First pitch slated to be 8:09 p.m. And on the other side of things, the National League, you got the Dodgers, who are up 3-2 on the Milwaukee Brewers. Game 6, and possibly the last game of that series, if the Dodgers can pull it off, is Friday at 8:39 p.m. So, exciting times, man. This is that time in sports that we talk about every year, Jimmy and B, where all 4 American major sports cross over for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Before we, get settled in.
Soccer is in full swing. Oh, that ain't what you meant. Okay.
Not at all, but they probably trying to make a run at being that 5th major at some point. We haven't caught up with the rest of the world yet, man. We're trying.
I don't know what that game is. Y'all don't use your hands, so I don't want no part of that.
Yo, it is actually a beautiful game, man. I'm learning more and more about it, and I'm like, I watch my son's soccer games and all the subsequent games going on around it at other fields, and I'm like, damn, like I feel like it's been wasted. I'm like, why didn't they introduce this in the hood? You know how many hood kids would have been great at this game, man? Yeah, we missed out, man. It would have been so many. And it would have made us better for the sports that we really love, Jim. Your feet work, as Shaq would say, in basketball.
I'm going to take y'all word. I'm going to take y'all word for it.
You ain't got no choice. Ain't none of us playing it now.
This is
I go out there and
true,
pull my
man.
life if I try to get on a soccer field right now.
Listen, man.
But
hoops ball is life.
All right, so y'all may have heard Jimmy mention in the, when we first got on the air, something about getting money like Canelo. Canelo Alvarez has signed an 11-fight deal with streaming network BAZN. It's a 5-year deal, 11 fights, and the deal is worth $365 million. Now, this fight, technically, like literally, this is the biggest contract a boxer has ever signed. Now, to put that in perspective, you have to remember, because I know everybody's thinking, well, what about Floyd? He got almost that much just for the Conor McGregor fight. You have to remember, Floyd, it's been a long time since Floyd was just the boxer. And his last, I don't know how many fights, he was also the promoter. So that's a whole different story. But speaking of Floyd, he threw some shade on this whole thing on Instagram earlier and was, talking about how Canelo was a cheater and, he getting this steroid money, but it still doesn't mean anything because I get this kind of money on one fight. And I really didn't understand why Floyd, because Jimmy and I talked about this earlier, and I was like, we were thinking, even if he was going to say something, you can be congratulatory because people in your sport are coming up. It's not the same thing as, taking ownership like himself and Oscar De La Hoya did, but you should be congratulating this dude for coming up, whether you like him or not. Because even in a congratulatory tweet or IG, you could have did it like with a little bit of shade, kind of sunned him a little bit, like, yeah, that's what's up, you're getting your little money, something like that. But Floyd went all the way in as if he feels threatened by people saying how much money this dude is making when he has no reason to feel that way. He's a boxer. You're a boss. Be a boss.
The only response I can have to Floyd's behavior, you remember that time we were courtside with the garbage team that we root for? And I swear, as God is my witness, Floyd was at the very minimum a little threatened. So this is not surprising,
That was weird. That was really weird. It was weird. Like, and it was one of those things like you had to be there to understand what we were saying. But dude is Floyd Money Mayweather sitting courtside at a basketball game with his his money bag under his seat, like he, his little Gucci bag or whatever that is, a little snakeskin joint with his $1 million in it, and he got entourage everywhere. 4 rows up, 5 rows up, other side of the stadium, because after the game they all converged on him. But the whole time he was looking over at us. Like, I mean, maybe it was like he probably was thinking like, if these two dudes who look like they could be my age or younger, they sitting in the same seats I'm sitting in. Like, he's probably wondering the whole time like what we do. He just don't know that we just know how to finesse things. He's like, we ain't got no money. We just know how to. So we know how to, sit where you sit. Well, where you used to sit on the plane. We know how to sit where you sit at the games. It's about finesse, man. We don't spend no money.
Yo, here's the thing, man. I'm gonna add a little context to this. Like, every article and even news story about this was throwing subs at Floyd, right? Talking about this makes Canelo the wealthiest boxer in the world. Other boxers wish they would have been able to make this amount of money. They were definitely subbing Floyd.
He was taking bait.
My issue is, yeah, you fell for the quote unquote pause no banana in the tailpipe, because he definitely was trying to get a rise out of you, and you gave them the privilege of showing that they are still able to get a rise out of you. Because I was laughing reading the articles, like once he signed a deal, I was like, yo, why are they subbing Floyd like that? And I agree with Devin. We talked about it earlier. I'm like, yo, he should have Phaedra Parks type Sunday where you kind of congratulate him, but you playing him at the same time. Because that way it looks like you that you're congratulating him, but you really are throwing shade. And you basically just, it reminds me of like when you were a young boy, and this is some real young boy behavior. Like if you 14, 15, and you mess with a young lady or whatever, and then she try to do stuff to make you jealous and you fall for it. Like Floyd displayed teenage behavior. Is when someone's trying to get a rise out of you, and you basically, you give them the privilege. They're probably sitting back laughing at you. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because some of y'all grown women still play those games, try to make dudes mad, but that's neither here nor there.
Do that. I don't understand why or how. Well, yeah, dude, because he's funny gay weather, but I don't even get why he would respond, because he has so much more money than Canelo Alvarez.
Well,
even
because
if
it's not about money. It's about his insecurities. Because even 50 said this when him and 50 were going about having a war where it's like, yo, you so insecure that you like paying attention to the stuff I'm saying. Like you supposed to be money man, you got $1 gazillion. Why do you even care what I'm saying?
50 is the king of all trolls. Yeah, he's calling.
Yeah, but you can't respond to trolls though, B. You gotta just like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that people trying to get you, trying to get a rise out of you, and you gave them the W.
Yeah, he actually could have thought that out better and bossed up on that one instead of looking like you look jealous. Like that don't make sense. You have nothing to be jealous of.
Yo, the funniest comment of the day, and I gotta give Dev credit for the comment because he made the comment. In which he said that Floyd, because in the actual post he kept calling out Canelo for using drugs, and Dev basically said he said, well, Floyd didn't have any spelling errors in his Instagram post, so he actually cheated too. So he used a PED to type his IG post, and that was pretty fire.
Shout out to Survive to show tape, because he made the first comment about, like, he pointed out to us about how well written the post was. So I went back and scanned it. I'm like, damn, you're right. Like, he actually had commas in the right place, punctuation, apostrophes, no spelling errors.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little text language in there where you would write the number one instead of writing out one, but it was very well written. And, I ain't trying to, kill the ball like that, but come on. Not a lot of people, there's not a lot of people out there, educated or not, who writes that well on social media.
Why are you not trying to kill the ball like that? Why not?
No, Jimmy was definitely he was definitely right with the PED post. I'm like, come on, you calling him a cheater? Like, you tripping? All right, but shout out to Floyd, man. Call me so I can teach you how to we gotta teach him how to handle these type of things in asshole ways. Like the only asshole way stuff is, all he knows is to get on the video and start throwing money. Like there's bigger ways to be a jerk. Like there's clever ways to be a jerk. Like. Come on, man. He don't listen to enough East Coast hip hop. He ain't got bars. He need bars.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so shout out to Canelo because fight deal, and we talked about Floyd the whole time. That's where it goes when we talk about boxing. It's Floyd's world. All right, so college hoops news. We had this whole corruption trial going on. So Zion Williamson's name came up in the trial. And according to Dan Wetzel of Yahoo Sports, there was a taped conversation between former Adidas employee Merle Code and Kansas assistant Curtis Townsend where they discussed what it would take to land Zion Williamson in Kansas before he committed to Duke. Now, here's a quote from the transcript. He says, hey, but between me and you, he asked about some stuff. This is what Code was saying. And then he said, I know what he's asking for. He's asking for opportunities from an occupational perspective. That's a bar's way to just say he asking for a job. And he's asking for cash in the pocket, and he's asking for housing for him and his family. Come on. We've known that this type of stuff is going on for decades in basketball. Y'all saw Blue Chips. Y'all saw He Got Game. So I don't even want to talk about that aspect because we know that stuff goes on. We know dudes ask for stuff. This is what I want to ask y'all. So if that's what he asked Kansas straight up, because he did a visit there and, didn't choose them, does that mean that Coach K anteed up on the stuff that he was asking for? You know what I mean? Come on, Coach K. Mr. Innocent. Like, because how do you ask other schools for this? Well, and you don't ask Coach K for this. So I'm thinking somebody at Duke anteed up a little bit. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I mean, at the end of the day, like, the GOAT Jason Tatum, like, just recently, spent some time there. So,
and now that we know that they've been lining him up to be the next GOAT all this time, I'm pretty sure he didn't go there for free. I'm sure he didn't go there for no per diem. By the way, shout out to Skyview in the chat room. Skyview said, I'm still debating if the Blueprint should have paused that they don't use their hands comment.
That's a reach, beloved. That's a reach.
Bars.
Pause that.
That's a reach around.
Didn't say around.
I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, come on, we know this goes on, and they try to act like everything's so innocent and so goody two shoes out at Duke.
I want to catch him at Duke.
And wouldn't if he's the number one prospect and he's asking for this, and now we have proof that he probably did. Does that mean he went to the highest bidder?
Hashtag the Brotherhood. The
Brotherhood. Shout out to all the Duke fans out there. Hey, do what you got to do. Just don't act high and mighty about it. That's it. You ain't cheating. You ain't trying. Shout out to LaDainian. All right.
Word.
So I read a story this week, and it all popped up because of, we've been questioning Jim Brown lately and his intentions and what he really is. And after he was sitting in the White House in the Oval Office again next to Kanye West across from Donald Trump, I just started doing some research on Jim Brown, and I came across an article from last year, from June 2017 in The Undefeated, that kind of shines some light on some things from back in the day that a lot of people didn't have information on. You guys remember the Cleveland Summit? We always see this black and white photo of Jim Brown sitting next to Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then in the back row, it's a bunch of other black athletes that were prominent back in that day. Like, we always see this photo, and it's always like on some fist in the air, black power stuff. And the whole time, like, I never had the details on it. Like, this whole photo to me, after reading this article and then researching the claims in the article, it's like I'll never look at this photo the same way again, because we were under the impression that all of these guys had this summit because they were trying to find a way to support Muhammad Ali because of the charges that they were levying against him for draft dodging and the fact that his boxing license was stripped, etc.
Jim Brown was trying to get him to go.
Jim Brown was a partner back then with Bob Arum for his first little boxing promotions venture. So Jim Brown and about 4 other people in the room were partners in that, and they were trying to get him because they were trying to get him to accept the government's deal. The government's deal was if you go around to military bases and, you know, fighting some exhibition matches at the military bases to entertain the military, then we'll give you your license back. You know, Muhammad Ali was way too militant to be some puppet running around the military bases. He didn't even want to join the military, so he damn sure wasn't going to be, you know, somebody's mascot at the military bases. So Jim Brown and some of these other guys were there trying to make him take this deal. But when you look at the fact that he was, you know, he and maybe 3 other of the guys were partners in Bob Arum's promotion company, which owned the rights to Muhammad Ali's bouts, they were trying to get, you know, they were trying to benefit off of him financially by getting him to take this deal. So I'm like, this whole time, I'm thinking they were there to put the fist in the air and be like, hell no, we won't go. Other dudes that were there, some of the other athletes had been in the military, and they were trying to get the dude to take the deal and, you know, either take the deal or go fight in Vietnam. Like, this was, this like brought down my whole week, man. It's like everything I believed in was a lie.
Yeah. Your whole life.
And it's like now it's starting to add up because we see the kind of stuff that Jim Brown does. We see some of his quotes where you're thinking like the Jim Brown that I thought I knew about couldn't possibly say something like that. Like what he said about Colin Kaepernick when that first started. Yo, it's like, yo, the fat boys break up and now this. If y'all haven't read this article, it's a year old. Y'all got to read this article. I mean, at the end of it, he tries to kind of make nice so he don't totally bash these people and try to say, like, after, you know, Muhammad Ali said, hell no, I'm not doing any of this. Like, you know, after that, they supported him. But I kind of think he was just trying to clean up all the dirt he just uncovered on all these heroes that we thought we had. Now, to be fair, Kareem's name didn't come up. He was still at UCLA at the time. His name didn't come up with specifics of why he was actually there. And you know,
he was there. He was invited because
he was a college student. You know,
at the time he wasn't even Kareem. At the time he wasn't even Kareem, and he was brought there because of his popularity. Everybody had their own objective of being there. Like certain cats that was able to buy territory rights if he was able to, you know, box on live service. So it was a whole lot of nonsense within there. But the photo was like so hard that no one even paid attention to the actual story that happened. Shout out to Bill Russell because Bill Russell was like, "Yo, Ali is that guy. I'm not even built like him." Like, so he acknowledged that right there. Like, Ali is that guy.
Like, I couldn't have done that. Yo, I swear to y'all, no less than 2-3 weeks ago, I was searching for this photo so I can put the poster up in my man cave. Because, like you said, the photo is so crazy. It's like one of them joints. Because I got the, you know, the Tommy Lee. I said the Tommy Lee. I got the you know, the fist in the air.
I got the Tommy Lee video from back in the day with Cat. My fault.
I got the fist in the air from the '68 Olympics. You know what I mean? I got Muhammad Ali standing over.
The Tommy Lee video too.
This was going complete, you know, the Black Power portion of the man
Black
cave.
Power man cave.
I can't do it. I can't even do it, man. And it's probably the best picture that I could have put up. But now that it doesn't mean the same to me, like, man, I'm like SOH.
Yeah.
You got to read this article though. It's like I said, it's not new, but you got to read it.
It's a lot. I mean, but you know what though? When you study history, man, you recognize that there's context to so many things, and we take pictures and hearsay, and also we have revisionist history on almost everything. You know, you gotta do the knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? Like even when it comes down to
Jimmy's point, Muhammad Ali was the most hated man in America at this very moment.
Yeah, that was my next point. That was my next point, man. When you read Ali's biography, and he talks about pretty much how he was treated. It's like, yo, that's not what I know. When I know coming up, he's a hero. But when they talk about this dude was like, he was treated, and you know, I hate to make the comparison, but the same way Kaepernick is now by a certain sect of the population. And you know, like I said, I bring this up a lot of times on the show, man. It's about like, you know, history is going to tell you what side of history you're on. But the great thing about this time is a lot of y'all cats out there can't fraud like the past people have frauded because, you know what I mean, we got screenshots. You know what I'm saying? We got audio. So y'all can't front like y'all daddies and granddaddies did. Y'all daddies and granddaddies or mommies in front. Like, no, I was always on this side. No, dog, we got screenshots and audio. Cut it out.
I was at the march.
We got your tweets. We got your tweets, homie. You can't lie.
That's the thing. Like, social media just makes people at least 15, 16% dumber. So it's like stuff that there's no need for you to blast publicly. Social media just brings it out of you. Like, yeah, I should tweet this.
Yo, that moment was hard.
I can't wait till they show me my tweets in 20 years. I mean, I ain't gonna be running for nothing important, so I'm gonna just sit back and laugh like that. I was an ignorant dude. All right, so real quick, man, because we're not gonna do a lot of NFL talk today. So, B, let's pick some games real quick, and then we'll go to the phone lines. Just want to get your thoughts, brief thoughts on a couple of games. It's the basketball is back, so we're disrespecting the NFL this week. Patriots at the Bears. Who you got in this
one? I got the Pats. I think they're rounding into form. Edelman's back. Gordon, they're starting to slowly but surely work Gordon in. Pause. And I got terrific.
Yeah, I got the Patriots as well. This is what we see, not every year, but we see this a lot with the Patriots, man. They have a shaky in the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season. Everybody says, oh, the Patriots are done, and then they run off 9 straight. I think they're in that position right now where they're going to run off a crazy number, 6, 7, 8, something like that. So I got the Patriots as well. I mean, they got over the biggest hump in Kansas City.
Super talented. The Bears are super talented everywhere except maybe the quarterback position. He's a decent athlete, but I'm not too sure on Trubisky, man, and where he's going to end up.
You got to give him time. He's one of them dudes. He's erratic at times, and then he shows you that once in a while he can be great, like he did a couple of weeks ago with the 6 touchdown passes. But he's erratic. He's a little inaccurate at times, but the talent is there. What do they say these days? The arm talent is definitely there. He got a little hand.
Arm talent.
But yeah, he kind of Riri sometimes. Shout out to Bill Belichick though. They tried to ask him about Mac in comparison to Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White. He didn't get into Reggie because he used to coach Lawrence Taylor, so he felt disrespected. And he shut that down real quick. It's Lawrence Taylor and then everybody else. Like nobody's in that class. So he ain't had to disrespect Reggie by omitting him, but he wasn't trying to hear that Khalil Mack is Lawrence Taylor stuff. Not on his watch. Next game, Panthers at your Philadelphia Eagles. Panthers choked last week against Washington. I kind of think Cam in that last drive, which was going easy for them, I think once they got down low and it got to 3rd and 4th down, I think he panicked and threw some errant passes.
I'm just gonna keep it 100, man. I'm just gonna keep it 100, man. Cam is not a very good quarterback, and I've been saying that. But
Jimmy, he said keep it honest, like he ain't been saying that whole career.
I mean,
he said that like it was a
much. It becomes more and more apparent. Like he's regressing. Like it's the same type of stuff over and over and over again. Now I'm saying all that. Watch the Panthers give us the business. But I'm picking the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles are at home. I'm picking them too. I'm thinking maybe they're gonna. I don't think I'm looking at the schedule and looking at how they've played. They haven't proven to me that this might be the time where they can run off 6 or 7, but I think they're going to play better, and I got the Eagles in this one. Saints at the Ravens.
This is a difficult one to pick because the Saints are a dome team and it's getting cold, so normally I would just pick the Ravens and say, the hell with that. But having having Drew and then have it who's, top 15 of all time. And that running game, man. That running game, they can hand the ball off, which they need to because their defense is. I'm going to say the Ravens slow the march down. The Saints don't go marching into Baltimore.
Kind of my thoughts as well. At home, the Ravens defense is one of the best in the league again. They shut out the Titans last week.
That ain't hard to do, but still.
Our defense couldn't do it. We supposedly had a Super Bowl defense from last year. So, I'll leave that there. We let Mariota look like Joe Montana.
We let Mariota. They win games in spite of him. They like, Mariota, go sit down. We got it. Just snap it direct. And we cool.
Yeah. I think like I said, they shut out the Titans.
They ain't hard to be in here, but still.
But I think the difference in this one being New Orleans had the 1 year last year where their defense kind of matched their offense. And it seems in the first quarter of this season, they're back to normal where their defense can't stop anybody. I think Baltimore could possibly hold Drew Brees and company to 21 points or under. Even though Baltimore's offense is not consistent, they still have some firepower. So I think, if they can hold Drew Brees and company to 20, 21 points and under, I think they could pull it out. I got the Ravens as well. We only got a couple more of these. We got the Cowboys at Washington Professional Football Team. Who you got in this one?
I have a tie. Not so much because that's what's going to happen. That's just what I want. In the best case scenario in my life on Sunday would be us winning and those two teams tie. That would help me. Like that would, I would feel. Damn, man. I'll go the Washington Professional Football Team. It's hard to watch Adrian Peterson because I've been a fan of his. It's hard to watch him play for one of the enemies. But I want him to end on a high note in his career. So
Yeah, I don't. Wrong team. But no, same pick again. I got the Washington Professional Football Team in this one simply because, the Cowboys did put 40 on the Jags last week, and we know what their defense was last year. Not sure, if they're the same this season so far. So, maybe we're still high on something that's not happening. Maybe we Tatumed them last season. Maybe we crowned that defense. But so far on the road this year, the Cowboys are averaging 12 points a game. So until they show me, I'm going to go with the Washington Professional Football Team on this one as well. And last game, we got the Bengals at the Chiefs. If Antonio Brown didn't do what he did in the waning seconds of last week's game against the Bengals, this game would be even more intriguing than it already is because both teams will be coming in at 5-1, top of the conference. But the Chiefs come in with that one loss from the Patriots. The Bengals come in at 4-2. I think this could be a nice competitive game, maybe another shootout, but the Chiefs are at home. Arrowhead is already a difficult place to play. They just came off a loss. I don't see any success for the Bengals here. I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one. Who you got?
Who I have and what I think could happen. So I'm going to go with the Bengals because I think that this year is their year. And when I say their year, they're the Bengals, right? An Ohio team, so that does not mean Super Bowl.
They're win a round in the playoffs. That's all it is.
They're going to go to the second round before they get knocked out. So that would be their year. Like I'm if Patrick Mahomes comes back and wins this, he's showing me something. He's got resiliency. I'm picking the Bengals for him to go into his first slump.
I mean, truthfully, he showed me something last week during the loss. Like, last week and the game against Denver were like the only adversity that the youngster's been shown this season. The Denver defense was pressing him, and he looked, like he was coming down to earth in the first half. Second half, he made play after play to win that game. Kind of the same here, and it wasn't even him being shut down per se, but it was like a carbon copy of the Super Bowl where, okay, we can't stop Tom Brady, so no matter what we do over here, we have to be in the shootout. It's hard to be in the shootout when Tom Brady and the Patriots offense are hot. He was in the shootout. He had the lead with, he threw a touchdown, had the lead with 3 minutes left. We kind of know when you're dealing with Brady, 3 minutes is like another half. So we kind of knew what was about to happen. But it's one of those things where, he can McNabb his defense, throw him under the bus like McNabb did. Shout out to the NFC Championship game against the Cardinals. Look, man, I left the field with a lead. Threw them right up under the bus. He left the field with a lead. And, they let Tommy Brady do the Tommy Brady thing and lead him down the field. So I saw something in him last week. I have no doubts of what he can come back and do this week.
Dude, I like Mahomes, everything except for his voice. Pause. Like,
sound like Kermit the Frog.
Kermit, yo. If you didn't grow up in the 90s, you don't get why that's exactly that funny. But you have to say D, like not Kermit Kermit the Frog, and he sounds like the Frog. Like, why do you talk like that? Why do you talk like that, man? But
voice job.
I'm a believer.
Like that? How do you command a huddle like that? Come on, man. I can't. I'll be in a huddle laughing. Like, I'm not mature enough to play under the quarterback like Kermit.
So
D.
I don't know. I'm picking the Bengals just because I guess I don't want to go all chalk or whatever. I don't know. But I do feel like the Bengals are going to be a very good team this year. And Vontaze Burfict isn't going to knock them out of the playoffs on a cheap shot until the second round. So I'm picking them to do something special at this point in the season.
They can't get over their Steeler hump, man, because they had them last week. I don't know what the hell happened. They just got happy and stopped playing defense. All right, quick stat of the week. Since we're talking football, we're going to do this quick stat, and we got some callers on the line. We see you, Tobias. We're coming to you. We spoke about Marcus Mariota and how he was shut down by the Ravens defense. Let's put some more perspective into this. Marcus Mariota only completed 10 passes in the game last week. Marcus Mariota was sacked 11 times in the game last week. The Ravens sacked him more times than he had completions. Come on, man. And this is the dude the Eagles let look like Montana like a couple weeks ago. I hate losing to teams that you shouldn't lose to.
That's an Eagles thing. Like, we have a way throughout our history of Eagles where, they will let people that shouldn't get off.
Right.
Why?
And you know who doesn't? Bill Belichick, because he has some crazy record, like 1-46 going against quarterbacks 25 or younger. So the new dude who can't play that well doesn't come in and beat them. I think the only person to do it actually was Colin Kaepernick. He was the only person only quarterback 25 under to, lead a team against the Patriots for a win. Like we thought maybe Mahomes was going to do it just last week. See, Bill Belichick don't lose to quarterbacks that he's not supposed to lose to. Point blank, period. All right, let's go to the phone line real quick. We got Tobias on the line. His tide is rolling. His Chicago Bulls about to get murked tonight. So I'm sure he got a lot to talk about. Tobias, what's going on, good brother?
Roll damn tide, gentlemen.
Roll damn tide. I know what Fat Barry and Duncan Zach gonna do tonight against.
You mean the light skinned trampoline? Hey, Zach LaVine gonna be an MVP. He gonna be the MVP. Jabari Parker will be Defensive Player of the Year, baby. And also Jabari Parker gonna be in the ESPN Body magazine the way he been looking with that dad bod. But
yeah, I heard your boy screaming giving Jabari excuses when he was crapping on Markelle Fultz. Like I said, I was trying to explain to some people the other day. Stephen A. was adamantly against the process. He was loud, just loud. You know how he gets. And I think, for him to be kind of loud wrong after the season that they had last year, like he still has to hold on to some stuff. So, he's now that they lost one game against the Celtics, a team that everybody figured they'd lose to, the team finished losing 2-5. So, the expectations shouldn't have been that great there. Screaming A and a lot of other people are already writing them off for the season. Oh, they're not going to contend because they can't beat the Celtics in game one. Fully, full strength.
24/7 news cycle because if the Sixers would have won that game, they'd have won on the Celtics, man. It's like,
if they beat the Bulls by 20, then
watch,
going to be the team to beat.
Watch when LeBron plays. His whole
Don't let
legacy
them win.
is based on shots. Is on a shot-to-shot basis. Like literally, like he can make
LeBron
a shot and make him the greatest.
Lakers are going to win the chip.
Hey, you know what's going to happen, right? Look.
His whole legacy is judged on a shot-to-shot basis, like whether he's trash or he's the greatest.
So that single fact that you are mentioning is so, it irks me. I think more than almost anything else in life. I can't stand it. I can't take it. I can't stand it. People go from hot to cold in the matter of 30 seconds. Like 30 seconds.
And you know what else? You know what else? They also twist the narrative to fit them. It's like, for example, I don't get on court. They had that meme talking about like, hey, Mike and Kobe and LeBron. I'm like, I wasn't getting on him, but I was like, do people realize it was Scottie Pippen's 4th year before the Bulls won the championship?
They act like
players and teams develop.
Scottie stepped in practice and they just started giving rings out. People be tripping, man.
He got punked by the Pistons. He got punked by the Pistons too. You know what I'm saying?
That's
if you
what
want to
I'm
keep it a buck, the reason the Bulls won is because the Pistons and Celtics got old. But that's either here nor there.
Yeah. And that happened. And honestly, that what happened with LeBron. It's like
quote unquote getting old. I think that's overblown too. Like
because Isaiah retired at 32.
They were fully expected to three-peat that year. They were a little banged up, but I wouldn't give them old.
That's because they got
30.
old. They was old.
I mean, back in that day, 30 was older than it is now, but I don't think.
Damn right it was.
30
was
by the time
he was 30,
they were fully expected to three-peat that. So when they don't, we can't start giving them excuses. We can't start giving them excuses.
They got old. Mike came in his prime. Mike won. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Court Bennett. But go ahead though.
How you get that old?
Yeah, I was saying also. It's like the same thing with
I know what Jimmy's doing, but for the people that really, really believe that, how do you?
Yeah, because it's kind of the same thing with Miami and the Heat.
I've been Slim Charlie on Melo for a minute.
What you say, Tobias, about Miami?
I was saying, like, it's the same thing like when LeBron, the Big Three in Miami, finally beat the Big Three Celtics when they got older. It happens. I don't think two teams where they star players were in their prime in the playoff rivalry since the Spurs and Lakers. Because, Duncan and Kobe were the same age.
They were old when they got together.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it's like, but but one thing I got to touch on. And I'm calling for a coach to get fired that I thought should have gotten fired last year. And I'm talking about Dirk Cutter. This guy is and y'all Eagles fans, hey, y'all watch them against Tampa. Does anybody think that's a well-coached team? I don't care if they won the game. They ain't well-coached.
No, I watch Tampa every week so far, and I have those questions as well. I mean, you're closer to it because that's your team, so you're definitely gonna have a bigger opinion on that than me. The inner workings, what's going on, and why certain things are being done. But no, as I watch those games, sometimes I question, like, what the hell was that? Like, what kind of decision was that? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that?
Because they're the Buccaneers. Let's keep it a bean. We're gonna be honest. Let's keep it a bean. Outside of Tony Dungy, the Buccaneers are the Buccaneers. Like, let's not act like the Buccaneers aren't the Buccaneers. sometimes we forget about these teams because they had these little quick runs, like, you know. And shout out to John Gruden. I know that he was, you know, he was there, but that was Tony Dungy. But my point is, outside of that little run with the Gruden Dungy, yo, when I grew up, the Buccaneers were the laughing stock of the league.
Yo, I call them the Tampa Bay FU. Well, never mind. Listen, they have a terrible legacy.
You know what? This is what you think of Dirk Cut. That's why I want him gone. He said he don't like rookie running backs because of pass protection. On like two things. One, how about you coach him up? Two,
I'm about to say,
I'm more concerned you run this ball.
The hell training camp for?
That's what I'm saying. And my thing is, I want you to run the ball first. How about that? I want my running back to be known for running, not blocking. We can teach that later.
Years on running backs, man. Running backs get old quicker than
you got to get them.
Good.
And the thing is that this is kind of
running backs get quicker than White and them.
Yeah, kind of dichotomy because I'm an Alabama fan. So you see how the structure, the leadership is like with Nick Saban. You know what they know well, what they do well. Because I remember when they lost to Auburn last year. God, I don't know why they kept starting Jalen Hurts that year. But anyway, it was like we got away from identity. We're going to get back to identity. And, of course, no national championship later. But that was, to me, that was leadership. Dirk Cut these past couple years, they always get off the slow starts on the road. They get down big. That is coaching and leadership. And my thing is that how can you keep overseeing the worst defense since you've been there? You have no running game. You have Gerald McCoy, who's the Carmelo Anthony of the NFL. Well, yeah, he's a good player, but you don't remember the last time he made a meaningful play. But everybody likes him. You know,
leave my man Melo alone, man.
Yeah, man.
Why y'all be pooping on
Melo alone?
Hey, no, it's like Zach LaVine. Everybody waiting on him to be good. But I'll say this real quick. And see, sometimes your organization. You look at the Rams, for example. Look how different that organization was by hiring a different coach who had a good scheme, who has, you know, leadership. Or you like some of these other coaches in the league compared to like some of these other teams. If your organization is trash, from the top down, you know, it's going to hurt the team. Kind of like Jimmy's Broncos when Jimmy used to watch football, you know. But look, the Broncos were never really awful. They may have years they made the playoffs, but they weren't really awful because they were solid from the top down. Same even with your Eagles. They were solid from the top down. If the organization from the top is not solid, they have no clear direction, I don't care who you draft at these positions, quarterback, running back, receiver, you're going to be in the same spot, man.
I mean, no, that's a point. I mean, that goes across every sport. That's not just football.
Yep.
And that's why I said a lot of times people take for granted what it takes to win championships in terms of having things break your way, having a class organization from the top to the bottom. I mean, you need a lot. Like, when I watched the Warriors play the other night, it's like, yo, Steph took time when they were doing their celebration to, like, basically shout out the equipment manager and how much he meant to them winning 3 chips. And I'm sitting there like, the equipment manager. But the point he was making, he was like, yo, it takes literally every piece
like
to
rub his
keep
head
us.
Though when he came over there.
Yeah, he definitely rubbed his head in Sunday. They gave him a ring, though. But the point he was making is like, yo, this organization is class from top to bottom, and even down to the guy that gets our equipment ready. It takes all of that to win a championship, and you also still need things to break right. So that's the beauty of a championship is when everything happens that way. Like, you know, it's hard to duplicate that. But
right.
You know, so it does take a lot. It does take a lot, which is why some football teams are perennial losers and some are perennial winners.
Yeah, and you know what? And I'll say this. Of course, I was on social media. Y'all know I'm a Jameis defender. He has warts. And so people like, get rid of him. I'm like, who are you going to get? Well, Alex Smith don't throw picks. I'm like, but he's been traded twice already.
Alex Smith don't throw nothing now.
That's what I'm saying. Tyrod Taylor's been traded. But see, my thing is that, and I always troll Dale about luck.
I think Vinny Testaverde is available.
Yes.
Shout out in the chat room.
Well, I'll say this real quick and I'll go.
Vinny Testaverde, he said his Tech Mobile rating was trash truck juice. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'll say this before I go. I always be trolling Dale about Andrew Luck, right? I be messing with you, right? I be pulling my court. But it's like with him, he has to be perfect. Yes, and a lot. It's like if your quarterback, I don't care who it is, even like Aaron Rodgers, if you asking him to be perfect every game, you're not going to win because no one's perfect. Even Brady's not perfect. And I'll say this real quick also. My beloved Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they want to blame every single number 3. I ain't saying he's perfect. But your defense only got one takeaway so far this year. Can we help the guy out? Can we get some good punt returns or kick returns? Why everything got to be a long downfield? Can we get a running back? I don't think – hey, let me ask y'all this. In y'all fantasy league, is Peyton Barber still available? I bet he is. Ain't nobody taking him.
Yeah, he is in mine.
But you guys take it easy, man. And,
right,
and
man.
Jimmy, leave those white women alone, man. Peace, guys.
Taking shots at me. All right, Tobias.
All right, real quick before we
roll damn time.
Before we get into these, because we got a lot of grind topics today, so somebody gonna get a JoJo. But let's go to Rob out in Cali real quick. Rob, what's up, man?
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, breathing.
We hear you.
Yo, man, it's your boy Big Rob, a.k.a. Yo, man, from Cali to Philly, but don't call me the Fresh Prince. Your boy Big Rob, a.k.a. Yo, all my teams is winning championships year after year. What's good, man? How y'all doing?
Good, how you? The Fresh Prince from Philly to Cali, though, not Cali to Philly.
You went the other way.
But anyway, my fault. Go ahead, King. I'm just asking.
Yo, I got love, man.
What's
Yo,
up,
Will Chamberlain came out here and his numbers got higher, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I ain't talk about points, but anyways, I ain't talk about points. But anyways, yo, first of all, Tobias, man, your country behind still hasn't hollered at me yet, man. Yo, holler at your boy. But all I gotta say is basketball is back. I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of happy but upset. I don't know if y'all saw the post or y'all gonna talk about it. The NBA basically took LeVar Ball's idea and expanded it. You know, what do y'all think about that? And is this a real big positive? And I want to know, like, the downside of, stealing a black man's idea. Even though I don't like him, stealing a black man's idea, and
that's called capitalism.
Right. What are you doing, dude? No, real talk though. Like, how long have people been saying that the D League, now G League, should do something like that? So, I'm not. I'm a Guard fan, but how do we know they haven't had that in the works for a minute now? Like, Bar has ideas he brings about. Maybe they've been planning on that.
I don't know. It's written in Sports the Book, which came out before the JBA, by the way. So let's just say Bar stole my idea. But even with that being said, the fact of the matter is that's what the world is, man. Like, it's big fishy, little fish, man. So
big little
fish that way. You gotta get down, you gotta lay down. You have to figure out a way to make your product different from what else is out there, especially when somebody got a big pocket. Like, all right, for argument's sake, when Snapchat came out, they figured out a way to compete with the Facebook and the Twitter and all that. And then Facebook didn't like the way, things was popping, so we're going to end you. That's called business, man. But I get your point. Because on one hand, you talk about, like, we've had so many ideas and things stolen from us throughout history. But, the thing about capitalism, though, is vicious.
Big little
Rob, you cool, man? Sound like you like in a real life Fortnite board right now, man. Like you jumping out of a plane or something.
Rob is further bringing down the audio quality of our program.
No, I just got back to the crib, but yeah, you
Court, you pay child support?
No, never.
He said he got back from court. He said he just got back to the crib.
Oh, I thought he said court. I'm about to say, damn, Rob, pay your child support, dog.
Pay your fare.
Nah. Oh, it's a fair now, but
Wow, that's how they laugh out in California. That's how they laugh out in California.
No, we do the Eddie. All the dark skinned brothers in my family do the Eddie Murphy laugh, but that's all I gotta say. The Joker smile. But anyways, shout out to the Dodgers. I hope they win.
The Dodgers. Shout out to the Dodgers.
We really no. Let's talk about some business.
You're gonna win that series tomorrow.
They gonna start the World Series. So let's talk about basketball real quick. On basketball,
real quick.
I thought the before Magic was the HNIC and made that move, I thought the Lakers had a lot of potential. Whatever.
Go ahead, Rob. Stop letting the B-also distract you, man. Just go ahead, man. Spit your bars.
Yeah. Before he made that move, I thought the Lakers really had a lot of potential. We had a lot of young talent there. Brandon Ingram will come into it on. Kyle Kuzma came out of nowhere. So I thought this group could be potentially a young 40-win team. But now, since LeBron James has come to L.A., I predict that they be a 50-win team. I predict that they lose probably in the second round unless they make a stupid trade, getting at least a big man or a number two. But I'm kind of glad LeVar's
Boban out there dunking on people without jumping. Get him from the Clippers.
Boban, we need a big dude that can just be real nasty. But I don't know if there's a guy out there.
Why? Why we need that? I watched the finals the last decade. I ain't seen nobody with no big dude that's just being nasty the way you talking about. What year is this?
Andrew Bogut.
Andrew Bogut barely was on the floor. Andrew Bogut was on the bench most of the time.
Andrew Bogut ain't never been nasty.
He left the NBA and block a few times.
And again, when the playoffs started, he was blocking people from sitting in their seat on the bench.
But they play a lot of small ball. We're gonna go there. They play. Okay. Here we go.
Rob, the league is.
That's true.
Like, that whole thing of the big now, that's like played out. Like nobody needs that. Everybody spreads the floor and runs rock. You know what I'm saying? Like we just needed, what the Lakers need, in my opinion, watching the Lakers play, they look good when they're out on the run. But the problem with the Lakers is they can't shoot. They got no shooters.
Yeah, they don't. I think I see a lot of potential. Kyle Kuzma got better shooting. Brandon Ingram got really better. LeBron, the only thing I think that's a negative is I think LeBron James is going to influence that flopping, and I really hate floppers. LA prices. I just don't want it to be like a cancerous, which I think it will grow. The thing is that.
You wasn't around for the
Vlade Divac years, huh? You wasn't
about to say
Vlade Divac.
Yeah, I was a kid. Listen. I was there for Vlade Divac, for the Derek Fisher's punk stuff flopping over the place. Yes, who was just as bad as Vlade Divac. You tell me Derek Fisher was not as bad as Vlade Divac?
No, Vlade. Yo, listen, real talk. I know this is probably not true, but to my knowledge, Vlade Divac invented flopping. I've never noticed it before.
Lottie-dottie, we like to floppy.
I don't know if he invented it, but he took it to another level. Like he added the Hollywood acting part to it, and then
I never saw flopping before, dudes.
But Rob, we gotta go, cuz. We talk to you next week, all right?
Pistons? Rob. Oh yeah, and tell the New Yorkers to stop crying, man. Eagles whoop that butt. You know what I'm saying? Yo, IB. Yeah, peace.
All right, Rob. Peace.
All right.
Rob be here. He's brooding me like, man, I ain't gonna let you hang up on me. With that. All right, man. So we're going to get into some grind topics, man, because we got a show full of them. We got to hurry up through these now so we can get to some hoops. So y'all know the drill. You can check out our website, warroomsports.com. But if you want to call in and speak with us about any of today's topics, just dial the Digital Extreme Tech hotline, 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted. But if you're already listening from your phone, just go ahead and press 1 if you want to talk. All right.
Yes, sir. All right, let's talk about what happened while you were on the grind, which is brought to you by Sports the Book. Bottom line, this is the greatest sports book ever written. Inside this book, in fact, it talks about expanding the at the time it was known as the D League before the G League. This how old these bars are, and it talks about paying. It talks about basically what happened today. Jim Stradamus. Yo, you can get that at sportsthebook.com or warroomsports.com. But it's time to talk about what happened while you was on the grind.
Don't be letting people go out there. Don't let nobody go out there and say the G League stole LeVar's idea, because this book was out before LeVar was on TV, doing his thing. So we ain't gonna let nobody do that. This book was the number one seller on Google for a minute. So y'all read it. Y'all read it.
Tell VAR to send me one of them checks that be bouncing. In other words, let's start off with talking about a rest in power to Paul Allen, who's gone. He passed away at 65. Salute to him, because my man only lived at 65, but co-founded Microsoft. He owned 2 professional teams. He put in work in them 65 years.
Great cash, homie.
Rest in power to Paul. Rest in power to Paul Allen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The dude. What do you say? Seahawks, Trailblazers, and
Trailblazers,
MLS team. What's the MLS team?
That too.
Yeah. Dude owned everything.
Yo, but even more important than that, my man co-founded Microsoft, dog. Like,
right.
All of us have been touched by him. Whoa. And it's based upon the fact that Microsoft is what it is.
Using Windows right now.
Another story.
$20 billion at his death. That was his worth. Shout out to him. Another story.
Damn. That's also true.
I know, right?
Money ain't nothing but a tool, because my man got $20 billion, and I'm sitting up here with 20 hours.
He supposedly has given in excess of $2 billion throughout his lifetime. Talk about philanthropy.
Damn! How you give away $2 billion?
Yeah. Salute to him, man. He's definitely a legend, man. I got half of a percent. Probably still got more boxing ball. Anyway, look, Patriots fans were charged for throwing beer in Tyreek Hill's face. So Tyreek Hill scored a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Tried to celebrate. Patriots fans, they threw beer in his face, man. And they got charged for doing so. And I saw people argue both sides. It's like, I'm at a game, I want to have fun and all that. Like, I'm like, when did assault mean? Like, why do you have to assault somebody to have fun, though? Why you gotta assault somebody to have fun, though? Like, kind of fun y'all
still getting off easy, because he was charged with disorderly conduct and throwing an object at a sporting event. Like, so they didn't even use the term assault. Now, I bet you, Jim, that was if that was Travis Kelce that jumped up there and he threw a beer in his face, it'd be straight assault charges. Yeah, I just pulled the card.
They got
Uno.
They got the death penalty.
Race. Make a new game called the race card. Race.
Yo, shout out to the Uno games in the cabin. They be off the chain. But crazy story, man. Crazy story. But B. Austin, man, I gotta get your opinion on this story, man. And the reason I gotta get your opinion on this story is because this is your man, Kellen Winslow Jr., a.k.a. the Soldier Dude. The Soldier Dude he's going to stand trial for rape. Yo, first off, there was like certain allegations that he was taking granny box. That was one. But this one right here is for a younger lady, and him and his man, like she was drunk, passed out.
You said granny box.
Yo, and he he tried to enter the Wu-Tang from behind and forced her head on his man, and she's telling him. This is allegedly. This is what I'm reading in the story. She's telling the boy to stop, and he's like ignoring her. But even more disturbing, like if you watch him in court, the boy has like no remorse, no expression at all. Like something's really wrong with this dude.
Man. I gotta translate this. For the people out there who don't understand.
Oh, my bad.
Jimmy's
I
urban
talk in Ebonic colloquialisms, man.
Because
My bad,
they might not have read Sports the Book, so they didn't get the War Room glossary in the back of it.
My bad.
So basically, this 33-year-old woman who accused him of raping her at a house party when she was a teenager back in 2003, she said that she woke up from a drunken fog to find him penetrating her from behind while pushing her face into another man's penis. So they was trying to run Triz's name while she was asleep. He even, and this is in court, like Jimmy said, he remained expressionless after she alleged that he ignored her screams of stop, as she tried to push him away. So, yeah, Kellen Winslow, we heard some of these before, but these were pre-trial testimonies, so he's about to be world of trouble because he does things.
It's war. They don't give a freaking, you know what, about you. They will kill you. They're out there to kill you. So I'm going to kill them.
Yeah.
You write that in the paper. You write that. You make money off that. No, man, I'm pissed. All y'all take this down. I'm pissed, man. We don't care about nobody except this you. We don't.
About this you.
If I didn't hurt him, he'd hurt me. They're gunning for my leg. I'm going to come right back at him. Soldier.
Yo, they say that in court. He's not going to get the benefit of the doubt on anything.
Basically, that means that he's been off. He just had my daddy played in the league privilege because he's been off. Yo, my man said they out there trying to kill me. Like, why are you playing this sport then? Like,
yo, I'm just gonna say
when somebody trying to kill me.
I'm just calling it what it is, man. Kellen Winslow Sr. needs to be ashamed of himself. He didn't spend any time with his son, nor the white woman he created him with. He spent no time with Junior. No.
Yeah, the JoJo.
Giving his dad a JoJo
award. Come on, man.
You give dad a, even though he didn't went out there, you know what I mean? He trying to enter the 36 chambers in never mind. But anyway. Man. And the funny thing is, you know what I was thinking about? Like, when you think about anytime any sort of football player is on trial for anything, you'll start to wonder about that, you know what I mean?
See,
tell the truth.
They tell the truth, man. What I'm starting to wonder about is Jimmy said he tried to enter the Wu-Tang from behind, and I almost banged out. My driving deserves it, JoJo.
Yo, speaking of that, Aaron Hernandez teammates are now describing odd behavior he once had. I'm like, why are you describing it now? Like, you know, or is it one of them things where you're having revisionist history because of how he was, like how his life ended up? Now you're like, you know what?
But why talk about
crazy.
it? Yeah, I mean, but why talk about it? But yeah, I mean that stuff. I mean that happens to all of us because I forgot what it was about, but I was talking to my wife about something earlier, and I'm like you could start to put two and two together now, even though that was years ago. Like you put two and two together, and now you understand why certain things went the way it went. You know, probably was that, but the stuff that they described as odd behavior. It went a little past odd behavior. Like, you should know right then and there that this dude is off. Like, Brandon Lloyd was saying, former receiver, when he was with the Patriots, he said there would be swings where he'd be the most hyper-masculine, aggressive individual in the room, where he'd be ready to fight somebody in fits of rage. Or he'd be the most sensitive person in the room talking about cuddling with his mother or asking people, like, do you think I'm good enough to play? Like, come on, if you don't understand right there that, like, this dude has two sides to his personality and he could be a dangerous individual, then...
That's because they all are that way. First of all, I feel like you got to be kind of off to play football at that level anyway. You just got to be. A lot of times they just, like, because it's probably, like, I don't want to say this, but it's probably like normalized behavior in football that some of these dudes are just off. But also, what I understand is when someone dies or something happens, you start piecing things together that probably didn't happen anyway. You start to try to fit your narrative that he was, so they probably adding sauce on it anyway.
No, they definitely.
That's just my opinion.
That's probably the case. He also recalled a time where Hernandez said that he would F up fellow receiver Wes Welker because during the 2012 training camp, Welker was teasing Hernandez about needing help in the film room. So that's crazy because really you think you just razzing on your teammate. Wes Welker doesn't know how close he was to getting the murder game laid down on him. Like he really did. He thought it was like teasing between teammates. Like, yo, he woke up sleeping with the fish.
Listen, man. That's
Tom
what
Brady
I tell my family all the time.
Tom Brady told Brady to
get Wayne Perry.
Hey, Tom was trying to pull rank on him one time. Tom probably almost got murked.
Yo, I tell people that all the time, right? Like a lot of people in my family have like road rage issues, and I tell them, listen, man, I don't engage in that because you don't know who you talking to or what kind of day they having. You don't know what kind of day they having. They could just be having a day, and you push them over the edge. And next thing you know, they pulling the blicky out.
And you know you Wayne Perry.
I had a driver just go past me.
Blicky with the sticky.
Like, I had a driver go around me and just give me the finger for no reason. Like, I don't know what that was.
Yo, I had a boy cuss me out, and I told him, I said, peace, peace. And he felt bad and apologized. You know what I mean? I kill him with kindness.
You could tell we getting old. I can't share any road rage stories.
No doubt. But anyway, man, that's out there, man. But speaking of, oh my God, there's all kinds of this odd football behavior. This former NFL Falcon, that's the Atlanta Falcon, he was charged in the alleged rape of a 12-year-old girl. And what makes this story crazy is, he was in a room with a 12-year-old girl. Now the story I read, it didn't mention like what kind of relationship was there. Here's what's weird about it. His wife walked in, and my man was standing there with his man piece out erect above a 12-year-old girl. And when the wife saw him,
he ran to the kitchen.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, it was just like a bad timing type joint. Like you walked in as I was walking by, but then the girl said, yo, boy made me top him off, and we engaged in coital activities. And they did a test. And they did a test, and the test showed that he entered the 36 chambers, and based upon that, my man got arrested. Yo, so B. Austin, you understanding what I'm talking about, good brother?
Of course he do.
Come on, I speak the Dun. I'm fluent in the Dun language in the 36 chambers.
Probably 30% of our family. 30% of our listeners probably like, yo, what is he talking about?
My fault.
What Jimmy was trying to tell y'all was that Justin Crawford, and yeah, we're going to say his name because we didn't say his name yet. Justin Crawford, who Jimmy should be keying up this JoJo in a minute for when I finish. Like Jimmy said, his wife came in the room. He's standing over a 12-year-old girl naked with an erect penis. He runs into the kitchen. He tells his wife, she just startled him or whatever. The 12-year-old girl tells the woman later on, because the wife just went back to bed. She said she was uneasy, but she still went back to bed. Like, how do you go to bed and not get this out of the way before you go to bed? Is beyond me.
You got to go to jail, too.
Yeah, he said he initially denied having sex with the child because she told the story of he made me give him oral sex and then, he penetrated me. So they did everything. He originally denied it, but later he claimed that it was the 12-year-old girl's idea. Dog, it don't matter whose idea it was. The little girl could have told R. Kelly. The little girl could have told R. Kelly that I like yellow drink, but that don't mean that you need to go out and do anything like that. That's not cool. So so he was charged with engaging in sexual intercourse or sodomy, but he also was charged with some incest charges. So like
that's
said,
what I didn't get. So
say exactly who she was.
So what I'm wondering is, like, is she related to his wife? And I guess it still is incest if it's through marriage, it's still incest, right?
It is. It's that, now you can get incest charges with a person whom he or she knows or he is related to either by blood or marriage. So even if it's by marriage, it's still an incest. But the incest charge is the least. the worry.
Hey, Tobias, if you're listening, call in. I know you can explain incest to us. You like Alabama, and that's so maybe you can explain the incest.
Yeah. So
but
this
anyway.
dude is a vile piece of cow excrement. And I just can't. I can't imagine, but I can't imagine being a man with daughters. Like what I would do.
He gotta die.
He would die. I'd be in jail.
I only wish one thing upon him. There's a man that's in the penile system, and his first name is Fleece. I don't know if that's his real name. I'm hopeful that he and Fleece can have a conversation, and Fleece can,
Yo, be off and stop, cuz.
I'm hoping.
I'm moving on to the next story. Man. Yo, Andrew Wiggins, man. Yeah, the Minnesota Timberwolves star player, if you want to call him a star. He's donating $22 for every point scored this season. Shout out to him. He's number 22, so that's he's trying to give back, or trying to cover up the fact that Jimmy Butler pooped on his whole life. Between Jimmy Butler and Stack 5, they pooped on his whole life. But anyway, it's an honorable gesture. You can't really poop on somebody for donating money, so what am I doing? But Andrew Wiggins, overall, what do you guys think about him? Has he been a letdown thus far, or is he what you thought he was going to be?
Well, before I answer that, I just want to give him a shout out for, $22 per point is a lot, because no matter what you think of Andrew Wiggins, the one thing he can do very well is score the ball. So that's a big time donation right there. That's a big there, because he could have said $22 per assist, and he don't pass the ball to nobody. So.
Oh, he could have said, I ain't giving nobody nothing, like ODG.
Right. Or he could have said nothing. The funny part about it is I've seen this story in 1,000 places. I've posted this story in 1,000 places, and I've yet to hear a positive comment come back on it. Somebody's always taking a shot at him for some reason or another. But as far as Jimmy's question about what he is, like, I don't know, like, because when the hype was going on, when he did come out of high school and go to college, when the hype was there, I thought he could play, but I didn't know as much about him as, I've known about other consensus number one picks or top high school players in the nation.
Oh, for one, he's Canadian.
He's Canadian, right? So I saw a couple of videos, but I wasn't, I didn't see like sure shot, can't miss NBA superstar prospect here. If you look at his numbers have been very good.
Yeah.
But it's just something about him. That's something that he doesn't have personality-wise.
I don't know if it was Tobias or Casey Mack. It was somebody. It was one of the two brothers that said, basically, this boy just misses a dog. Like, he doesn't seem to want it. Yeah.
Dog. There's no dog in Andrew Wiggins. And to be what we expect, and when I say we, I'm definitely talking about the War Room Generals, to be what we expect a number one pick historically should be, he's not it. He's not it. But the numbers are there. He's going to be a 20. Just purely off athleticism, he's going to be a 20 to 22 point per game scorer. But it's collecting numbers, and you're kind of reminded of Glenn Robinson, even, Glenn was the big dog, and he had a little bit of the dog, no pun intended, but it didn't lead to a winning situation or mentality. It was just, I'm going to get mine. And I don't know that Andrew Wiggins is a I'm going to get mine type of scorer. Shout out to Ricky Davis. He's just naturally able to score, but it doesn't translate to wins or leadership or a signature. There's not a signature thing within his persona where you're like, yo, yeah, him, he's gonna be that dude. He's just a very
Shout out to
talented
Kevin
guy.
Love. Shout out to Kevin Love. Kevin Love's signature is that he's a Mayo man. Outside of that, never mind. But $22 for every point is still an honorable thing, man. So we got to salute to him for making that something he's going to do this season. Big baller.
He got to
brand.
do something to keep Uncle Stack off that ass.
Yeah,
this is
but
true.
No, let's say he plays 82 games this season. You know, a lot of people don't do that anymore. Let's say he plays 82, and let's say he scores 20 a game like he has been scoring. That's $22. That's like not as much as I thought it would be, but I think I hyped it.
It's about $50,000.
It's like $36,000. So I kind of hyped it. I thought it was more than that, but like Jimmy said, he could have gave nothing. So
Yeah, what's the term down there? You sized it.
Yeah, I sized it. Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know how long I thought the basketball season was.
That's what Bull was giving $500 million. He was like, "Bull giving $500 million."
He ain't sized it that much.
He gonna start
hey, Jimmy, I just sized it. I ain't Tatum it.
yo, Bull gonna start taking less shots. He gonna pass the ball up. Anyway,
I'm about to really show you the no dog.
Anyway, Triple B, Big Baller brand, debuts a cheaper shoe, and by cheaper I mean it's still $200. Any of you guys copping the Big Baller brand shoe? You gonna put your order in now so you can get it in 2024?
Only to burn it.
Come on, man. You can't do that, man. You guys.
I saw this shoe, and shout out to Tobias. Tobias said they done dropped the price, but now they're charging $200 for a bowling shoe. The shoe doesn't. Even if you thought the other shoes, because I thought, not really the Zoes, but I thought the Mellow one was kind of hard. So, even if you thought some of the shoes were all right, like this one doesn't compare. And, all the complaints that you had about that, especially with the ordering process, the pre-order, you get your shoes 6 to 8 months later. They'd be the wrong size. Some of the shoes were falling apart. So, VAR doing his VAR thing, where he's just sticking up the public and making a whole lot of money and then putting out shows on Facebook where he's showing his brand new mansion with his company logo all on the building, and, dancing all in the videos and all that stuff. Yeah, so, $200, that's still a lot for shoes. It's more along the lines of what people are paying for shoes these days, but I'm not people. I still don't pay $200 for athletic shoes.
Come on, cuz.
I got to find a deal, and I'm still flying.
I hold y'all brothers in too much high regard to feel like y'all will fall for this charlatan's game, man. He's a fraud, man.
Anybody buying them shoes, be awesome. Outside of however you feel about this fraudulence, man, I ain't paying $200 for those shoes. I wear slides most days anyway. So FOH, dog. You give me some Triple B slides I could pay like $30 for. I'm a support, but outside of that, funds on hold.
Yeah, because what the slides cost? Like $220?
Dog, he's drawing. Slides is $220. I don't go get me Nike slides for like a dub. What are you talking about?
I would buy, just like you've always said, I would buy some Triple B slides if they cost what slides are supposed to cost.
Man, come on, man.
That's supporting this dude. This dude is a fool.
Listen, man.
I support black business,
I can give me some.
But LeVar ain't black business.
I can give me some Kaepernick.
LeVar is black ass business. That's black ass business. That ain't black.
I can give me some Kaepernick slides. I can give me some Air Oppressions, man. Get like the slides, like Kaepernick 11 slides.
Air Oppressions.
Air Emancipation.
Yeah, man. Salute to Kaepernick, Kenny Stills, and my man Eric Reed, though, man. The real football players. Anyway,
so before I give these quick birthday shout outs, Jim, and then we go on the hoops, we got a call on the line. We got the homie Nas calling down from GA. Nas, what's going on, good brother? You in the war room?
Yeah, man, I got a lot of grievances with you people, so I can't do the
Let's go.
Step in. I got to lay out these grievances first.
Well, come on,
Before you do, you're gonna buy some. They lowered the price point on the triple Bs, man. You're gonna grab some ZO2s.
Nah, he good. He keep that. He keep that. But let me get into these grievances. First of all, I'm calling the FCC. Jimmy cannot say into the Wu-Tang from behind. He cannot say. He cannot say Granny Bob. You cannot do that, sir. You cannot do that in polite society, sir.
And plus, your man is sitting here making us laugh when we talking about stories like rape. Like, come on, man, you gonna have the feminists on us.
We have
you topped him on the R. Kelly joke or after. What is going on?
I know. You talking about she could have asked for a goal. She could have asked for a drink.
Naj, when you look at how great our program is and why we're not on a major platform, is this episode, man. It's this episode. It's the one. They don't want us. They don't want us in prime time, man. These two dudes,
podcast is Exhibit A. This is Exhibit A right here tonight.
Yo, my man, he said gold drink.
I got a beef to settle with him before I get out of here. I'm putting on my commemorative arguing do-rag to start that beef with him about Cam Newton. But shout out to y'all in Philly. After we saw the shop the other day, we got to say Benjamin Simmons is now the Patriot saint of old heads. Like, his disregard for three-pointers, like, the face he made when he said it, like, dude, he is about that life of to hell with trade. Old heads are going to love Ben Simmons forever now, dude. Dude, shout out to Ben Simmons. And if we got to keep hearing these people say arm talent, I'm just going to start up
that's my favorite.
Manipulation.
Because
we're just making up fake terms and adding words to it. I'm saying
like his arm,
manipulation for dribbling. From
his
now
arm
on,
is a
that's
whole
what I'm
different
saying.
entity from his body. He just got arm talent. Nothing else on his body is talented. Just arm talent.
Right. One of them dudes got that off, and everybody said, "Damn, that sounded smart." And everybody started saying, "Trash." But yeah, man, y'all boys going hard today. Much respect to y'all, man. Y'all had me up here dying at work, man. I damn near had to walk off because I don't know what the correct term is to slip in to talk about other cultures, but those people was watching me. I had to creep off laughing up there. But yeah, man, y'all hit on a lot today, man. But just trying to think about, man, like, okay, how do we get to a point to where this dude LeVar Ball and people like him, we're looking at are being looked up to in the black? Have we completely just given up and decided we're going to buy into the grifter mentality and that representation actually means more than actually doing something? Well, there's a black person doing it, so I guess we good. Great philosopher once said, "What you eat don't make meat." So let's stop with this representation means more than actual substance. And your man just passed. He donated $2 billion. Your man's giving up 22 for every point. Look, man, giving up to charities only does so much. It doesn't change the balance of power in the society. It doesn't change the way things happen. And we got to start calling it out. You got a charity, 80% goes to the what? To the employees that running the company, and 20% to the cause. Man, get the hell out of here with your damn charity. You better off riding a helicopter over the hood and dropping dollar bills out. That ain't changing nothing. Like, get the hell out of here with this charity. Like, and then as far as Wiggins, look, we can't even compare Wiggins to the big dog. Big dog used to get buckets. He was hard to guard. If you put him on the right team, you can do something.
Also was
Wiggins is just an athlete who can jump. When you see his numbers, but then watch him play, you say, okay, he can't really dribble bounce manipulation too well. He's not a good passer. I mean, all he can do is kind of roll to the basket or somebody else feed him buckets. He's not a good shooter. So what does he actually do? And go back to that damn NCAA game. We watched that game and said, damn, who is that damn 7-footer? That's what we said when we watched the so-called matchup between him and Parker. All of us was like, who is that dude? Talking about Joel Embiid. So, you know, it is what it is with that dude. I got to get out of here before lock because I'm betting a whole bunch of money today real ignorantly because I got a feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that.
Got you.
Got a feeling.
Yeah, man, great
I'm
point.
all in on the Lakers
a bunch of fire points, man. A bunch of fire points. Listen, man, you right about that charity, man. That's why the only charity I do is put young ladies through college who like to never mind.
Indeed, direct giving that actually matters. I'm in the line at Kroger and the cashier is going to ask me, do you want to donate to our cancer research? Y'all Kroger, if y'all want to solve this, y'all can donate $1 billion tomorrow. What the hell are you asking me for money for? Like, man, get the hell out of here with this charity stuff, man. Real giving matters, not this charity stuff. Hell, I got an auntie to collect coats for the kids. The kids get the coats. You know what I'm saying?
LeVar, listen, brother, Nas, you dead on. LeVar Ball eats pork and don't brush his teeth and then marries pork. So I can't
Oh, God. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Y'all, you out of control, beloved.
y'all too far. Oh, but dude, the last thing. As much as Cam Newton is a coon off the field, we do have to say the dude is a baller on the field. He's not regressing. He's not a bad player. He got the whole family.
You ain't gonna never say that, nah. You ain't gonna never get
B. Austin.
Well, see, I mean, because that's B. Austin. You gotta understand.
But hold up a second. They got a whole new offense in. He's putting it in. His receivers are limited as usual. One of the receivers fumbled twice last game, if y'all saw it. But Cam Newton is really good, man. And as much as I dislike that brother as a man, he's a good football player.
Did you see the end of the last game? He threw the ball to you. You were open.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, right? So a lot of times, like I hear people call him a bum, and they say he's not Brady or he's not Breeze or Manning. It's like everybody's not that, but he's also like not at the bottom tier of other quarterbacks too. I mean, he's a good quarterback.
Find me another quarterback who went to a Super Bowl with the receiving core he did. Find me another. Guarantee you won't.
Brad Johnson.
But you're gonna name all-time greats.
Yeah, even in naming Brady, remember the Patriots benefit from the racism of the rest of the NFL. Rest of the NFL disregards white receivers. Patriots see that as a come up, so they bring in people and actually get an advantage from it. I also think that's why your boy Thielen is getting tight coverage and Diggs
talking about before the white receivers.
I was talking about
David Givens,
Troy Brown,
Manny Moe, and Jack.
So we're gonna do that to Troy Brown now. We're gonna do that to him.
They gave Cam
Brown numbers on you, man.
They gave Cam Newton a tartar sauce running back though.
And no tackle.
He had a fall
and no tackle.
How you gonna give me a skill position tartar? How you gonna give me a tartar sauce halfback?
Y'all gonna get us. I can't even remember Troy Brown's number, so I can't argue back against what you said. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. But
what about Brad Johnson?
Yeah, they had
what about
all-time defense. Yeah, and they had slow-ass Keyshawn and what was it? I can't remember the other receiver, but yeah. Hey, they did what they did.
Brad Johnson threw touchdowns to himself.
Wait a minute. Did we just disrespect one of the great white receivers of all time, Joe Jaravicious? Did we just do that? I almost forgot about it.
Joe Jaravicious.
Joe was the GOAT against the Eagles in the NFC Championship game.
Yes, sir.
All right, Naj, man. We holler at you next week. Thanks for your call.
All right, man. All
right. Peace. Yo, it's funny in describing Andrew Wiggins. That reminded me of like Cedric Sabalas because Cedric couldn't shoot. But Cedric might have been even worse because he didn't even have the same athleticism. But somehow he has seasons where he put up like 19, 20 a game, just running the break.
Couldn't see either. He dunked the ball blindfolded.
He just ran the break. And put up like 19 and 8 without even having like he couldn't shoot, he couldn't dribble. He couldn't shoot, he couldn't dribble. He had no post move.
Cedric Sabalas had no game, yo.
He still gives you 19.
No game.
Oh, man. He had 1/3 of the game of Richard Dumas, but Richard Dumas was high on crack.
Yeah. That's crazy, though, because you really don't notice that. Like, you just think back, like, yeah, Cedric Sabalas was all right. And then you think about it, like, what could he do well, though? Like,
nothing. He couldn't get the ball in the ISO. My man couldn't shoot. He couldn't dribble. He couldn't post up.
He laid the hell out of that.
He ran the break very well. He ran the break very well. He probably used to kill the 3-man weave joint in practice. He probably was the boss at that. Like, watch how I do this. Anyway, real quick, though, Dev, you want to give some birthday shout-outs before we move on?
Yeah. Really, really quick. The birthday shout-outs aren't brought to you by anybody, so we don't have to say anything about that. Celebrating a birthday today, Bob Whitfield, former NFL player, now Real Housewives of Atlanta star. He turns 47 years old. he was laying the beats on his wife. I heard that, you know.
Yo,
Sheree.
I mean, not that I watch Real Housewives, but I watch Real Housewives. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite shows. Y'all can judge your mother, y'all can judge your mother, because that's my twist. Anyway, yes, he definitely put the beats on her and then like joked about it.
Yeah, and they made her like cry in front of everybody. Yo, dude, crazy, man.
Yeah,
take that back, man.
Crazy.
So happy birthday, you JoJo. Shout out to Tommy the Hitman Hearns, who turns 59. He's most famous for lumping Martin up in an exhibition bout. So shout out to Tommy.
Most famous for what Hagler did to him.
Hitman Hearns. Martina Navratilova turns 61 years old. Damn, I'm old. Shout out to Mike Dicker, the poster boy for CTE, in my opinion. He turned 78 years old. And rest in peace, shout out to Keith Jackson, not the former tight end Keith Jackson, but the former broadcaster. He was born 10/18/1928. He died January 12th of this year, 2018. So we'd like to give a warm salute to all of these folks on their birthday.
My birthday, yay!
Yo, hold up.
What y'all doing?
I'm laughing in our chat room because Skyview broke down the math. It's kind of funny. He said, so if Andrew Wiggins scores 28 points, he's donating $616. He said the ball makes like $701,000 a game or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely sized it. Because the whole time I'm reading the story and I'm sitting here defending this dude against all these evil comments for what I thought was a very philanthropic idea.
You never
did the math. I sat here during the show and did the math. I'm like, you ain't really giving that much.
Skyview also says that Wiggins
more donations ain't even paying my student loans, Jimmy. Like, come on, cuz.
Dog, his donations can't pay my pizza bill. Yo, he said the boy got leg talent.
He got leg talent. Come on, man.
Oh, man. That's fire. Skyview bringing that fire tonight.
Oh, man. Y'all crazy. I don't know what we're doing right now, man. Y'all can check out our website, WorldOfSports.com. If you want to call us and speak to us about hoops topics, because we're about to talk some hoops for the last 20 minutes. Dial the Digital Extreme Tech hotline, 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted, but if you already listen from the phone, you know what to do. Just press 1 if you want to holler.
Oh, man. Yo, NBA Rap is brought to you by Digital Extreme Technologies. So you and your business need a custom website. Stop using sites, stop playing yourself, and get you a custom website. You can do so by visiting digitalextremetech.com or calling 267-205-4203. And if you want a discount, say, yo, I was listening to the War Room, and they said called Digital Extreme Tech, and I got a Wix site. I need a Digital Extreme Tech site, and do that. 267-205-4203. But it's time to talk some basketball.
Wix's ass. We made the most ratchet drops in the game. We got the most ratchet advertisement drops in the game.
We definitely do. So if you need
anybody need crap on the competition, right? Go to our guy.
Pretty much, we poop on the competition, and if you want us to poop on them, you gotta pay us more than they do. Anyway, listen, real quick, this
equal opportunity poopers.
Opening week is always exciting. Like, it'll die down probably in 2 weeks, but it's always exciting to see the rookies get out there. Watch people these days. Watch people on their new teams. Watch people come back from injuries that usually.
By Tuesday, I'll be bitching about the league and not being competitive.
Watch cats come back from injuries that in the past would have ended their career. Shout out to Gordon Hayward.
Watch Tatum ascend to GOAT status.
Yeah, Tatum is all. Yeah, you already crowned Tatum. One of the things I find interesting though is like watching these rookies play is like, Ayton last night. Boy looked like he could be a legit player. Now, granted, it's one game. He played well in the preseason too. But
how you gonna charge that over one game?
No, that's why I gave context to it. I'm saying it's only one game, but he also played well in the preseason. But his skill set is there, and Phoenix team is not bad. It's funny because we only pay attention to the top teams in the West, like Golden State and Houston, but Phoenix is young, but they got some pieces.
Yeah, they just young, and they threw a couple of veterans in there. Shout out to the homie Ariza, who's gonna go over there and start gunning because of what he's been missing out playing with Harden and Kobe. But listen, Jen, he spent his last 10 years playing with Harden and Kobe and them. He's like, man, I'm about to let it loose now. Because I don't know if y'all remember when he first came in with the Knicks, he was a little bit of a scorer, and then he got with these dudes and just became the defensive man. So he let it loose.
And I know you didn't watch the game last night, but your man Trevor Ariza is Harden's young boy. It's weird, he's the older player, but he obviously was hanging around and sunning like James Harden. He was like doing a James Harden like jab step thing, the step back jump shot, even like the James Harden, as Dev calls it,
Jimmy,
Africa step. It's not a Euro
it's
step.
Called this, and it's not a step back jump shot. It's the steps back jump shot. You got to put the S in
step back. That's true too. Yo, but I felt like I was watching a right-handed Harden. I'm like, yo, how did you his young boy? Like, you older than him, but you're using all the moves. Like, this is right-handed Harden.
Hey, he probably figured, look, I just played with a couple of MVPs. I played with James Harden. So I'm going to go with this young squad in Phoenix, and I'm going to go out here and get mine. Like,
yeah.
Trevor Ariza is back like the Knicks.
Somebody was stupid going to be like, we're going to give Trevor Ariza $180 million.
When he like 38.
Yo, but B. Austin, yo, you would have been looking at this like, yo, come on, cuz like he right-handed Harden, yo. He's Harden's young boy, even though he older. That was interesting to watch them play. The boy in Dallas though, y'all might as well give him the Rookie of the Year because even though he didn't have the best outing, like he's already Dirk 2.0. Like they ain't talk about nobody else in the squad. He's
played a point.
Yeah, young Dirk.
And DeAndre Ayton is. Looks to be a pretty good player, and he's the odds-on favorite to win Rookie of the Year. But like I picked Luka. He's gonna look he's gonna look grown. He's gonna look the most polished out of everybody. Like he's out there doing stuff to NBA talent, even in just preseason and the little bit that he played, and just the one game last night. Like he's doing stuff that you don't see European cats coming in and doing. Like you don't see that kind of confidence from most Euro players right off the bat. And he's out there like controlling the 10 floor. Years already. Right, he's controlling the floor like he's a 10-year veteran. Like
they
even
made
Dirk.
A point last night, right?
They thought Dirk was a
They made a point last night. They made a point. They said that Andre Ayton started playing basketball at 12 years old and developed into the talent that he is today, which he had the number one pick. But your man Luka turned pro at 13.
So he already been. Come on, man.
Yo, he been a pro athlete damn near a decade already.
Yo, how do you turn pro at 13? What they doing?
I mean, because the country's like, look, that's your path. That's your path. Like, we're the only one, like, has these. That's how they do
over there.
Yeah.
But a lot of them countries they be coming from, man, war torn. Like it's like the epitome of what Big said. Like either they ain't slinging crack rock, but either busting this blicky or you got a wicked jump shot.
I think it's something like that, but also sometimes it's not. I think a lot of times like they try to paint these pictures of some of these countries like they're war torn, and they're not really war torn. That's just our American way of looking.
Vladdy be out there telling the sob stories of his land.
I mean, everybody tells a sob stories. I can tell you a sob story of Philadelphia and make you think that I live in where Dikembe's from. Like, but the fact of the matter is, like, and to get back to the basketball part of it, it's a truth in every major city. But like I'm saying, it all depends upon your perspective, man. Because you could talk about certain parts of New York that's war torn, but then New York has more wealth than anybody else. Although, certain parts of the Bronx. Anyway. Getting back to basketball, though, the point is that a lot of these young cats be coming in the league ready to play. That's interesting to me, for one. For two, it's like there's so much movement now in basketball, and it's not even just like role players anymore, star players, and those will be considered a peg against a star. That it takes teams like damn near a quarter of a season just to get comfortable playing with each other. And all that does is work into the favorite. You know, the Warriors are the favorite anyway. Everybody's picking them to win a championship. But when you watch them play, they don't even exert effort, man. Like, they don't exert effort no more.
I don't know if I believe it.
It's like the Warriors and everybody else. Houston was supposed to be that squad, but you watch them, they looked out of sync. Like, they just don't look comfortable with each other. And you watch the Warriors play a couple of nights ago, and the Warriors, like, just playing with people. Like, they don't even play hard.
You're right. They've gotten to the point, Jimmy, where
something to be. Oh, go ahead.
They've gotten to the point where they know that they can coast through the regular season. They don't have to, because, you know, like, you can't tell me, nobody can make me believe that if these dudes can go 73-9 without Kevin Durant, if they put their mind to it, like, come on, they could beat that record with Kevin Durant on their team, but they're no longer worried about that, especially because of how the 73-9 season ended up. Now they just like, come on, let's just get one of these top 3 seeds and go win this championship. Who, you know, we already did the regular season thing. It didn't work out for the whole season, so whatever, you know, let the Bulls have that. Let's just win these rings.
And it's crazy, all right, because they look like they have more fun than every other NBA team. They be on the bench clowning with each other, telling jokes, and it's like, yo, it's not even serious to them, cuz.
Even if they're losing, because they know what they're going to do to you once the playoffs start.
Yo, it's funny because it's as you're mentioning this, Jimmy. It's like the whole league changes, and it's a copycat league. Professional sports is copycat. But when you look at the foundation of the Warriors, they really are more of an old school team in the way they're made up. They were built organically, except for, you know, the nuclear missile they got in Durant. Everybody else was drafted. They've stuck together season over season to build the chemistry that they have. I remember seeing Steph play, what was it, 2 seasons ago? Listen, man, I've seen Mike, I've seen AI, seen a lot of scorers. I've never seen someone get 50 that easy in an NBA basketball game, and it wasn't just solely because of him or his skill and talent. It's the team. Within the team concept, they're designed so that Steph, Clay, Durant, they can just get off. When they're hot, yo, we ready for you. Let's get bit. Like,
I mean, they arguably have the 3 best shooters in the world. That's right there. In the world.
Yeah, I agree.
Guarantee you some.
You know what I'm saying? But just watching them play is hilarious because like they be out there literally clowning. Like everybody else is like uber serious, like, and they're having so much fun. It's like, yo, they're playing a different sport. They have, I mean, it looks like it's fun to be on that team. You know, so that's interesting to me watching that play. But we got to get to this before we get out of here because the Sixers and Celtics played. The next king of the league, according to everybody, Jason Tatum, got his numbers. And the Celtics won the game, and people just pretty much went in on the Sixers. They're judging their entire season based on a one game against a team that's the favorite to go to the championship, which is weird. So what did you guys think about that game? And what do you think about the Sixers also, their rotation with them? Like, they're trying to work Fultz in. But what do you guys think about that? Is that the right thing to do, or should Fultz come off the pond?
I just want it to be real. You know what I'm saying? I want him to start because they feel like he's better in that position or he earned that position or something like that. I don't want them, you know, because I've heard rumblings that it's about confidence, like they're trying to keep him. And there's some importance to that, too. A lot of people are going to, you know, be like, oh, man, you can't coddle him. He's a millionaire athlete, this and that. You know, but he's still a very young player. When he came into the league at 19 years old and went through the stuff that he went through, you know, your psyche can be, you know, a little tested when you're that young and haven't been through that kind of adversity. I mean, look at NFL quarterbacks. We say that all the time. You bring a young quarterback in, you throw him right into the fire, but you throw him in there without any weapons and you warp him for life.
All right, but Dev, let me ask you this. Well, and shout out to Scotty. Scotty has a couple points. Scotty,
I want him to earn it,
Jamal
Jim.
Crawford.
I don't want him to be there because
Jamal
the Sixers
Crawford,
are trying to get something this year.
Yeah, I got you. Real quick, though, Scotty, Jamal Crawford is with the Suns. He didn't suit up last night because he just signed his contract yesterday, but he is balling with them this year. And Skyview says that, in his opinion, Fultz is not a starter. My question isn't so much is he a starter right now, because I guess you can make the argument either way based upon what you're trying to do. But I want to know, like, how long do you try this? Even without Fultz in your lineup, you had a good playoff run last year, and even without Fultz, you still considered one of the better teams. Like, if he doesn't get his ish together, what do you do in that situation? Like, how long do you try to work him into it, care about his mentals, and whether he has them soft pillows? I still think people are jumping the gun, though, Jimmy. I don't understand what people are seeing to think that he's just he hasn't played yet.
I'm not qualified.
No,
I'm not qualified.
But let's say what you're saying is true, that they are coddling him by putting him in the starting lineup. No. We're not even talking about the fact that it's one game, but the fact that you're trying to implement him into a starting lineup, and it's not about him earning it. It's about trying to pretty much play to his ego. I just want to know how much. No, but at the same time, you continue to do things. I think that's a part of it. Not understanding your question, but I still think I don't think it's totally that, and I would never believe it's totally that, because he brings, if he can play to the potential that he's supposed to play, he brings more to the team than a J.J. Redick. Because if you know, the Sixers had trouble handling the ball last season. A lot of turnovers because, first of all, you're forcing the ball into two people's hands because only two people in the starting lineup can even dribble the ball. And one of those guys I'm talking about is the damn center. And you see how many times he turns the ball. That's real talk. Covington can't put the ball on the ground. J.J. can't put the ball on the ground. And we just don't let Sark put the ball on the ground unless he's in the post. So, they're trying to get somebody else in the lineup, and we can't go Boston playoffs on them. It's not realistic to start T.J. McConnell. You know what I'm saying? And I love T.J. McConnell. Yeah. So it's partly that. But, if it's not working, if he's not bringing his strength to the table, then you're going to have to go back to the lineup that was actually ranked as the best starting lineup in basketball last season. By the nerd numbers, by the advanced metrics.
I think you have to draft a guy that high, one or two. You don't want to coddle him or form an environment where other players resent him. But come on, dog, y'all are professionals. This guy is one or two in the draft. You got to play him. You got to play a guy. You drafted him, yeah. I get that. I just wonder with it's one of those things where you see in sports often where a team has a young guy, and when you have a young guy who's supposed to be a star, a lot of times you make decisions based upon his long term, right? Right. But it just gets to be weird when you're also in a position where, it's also weird. But at the same time, you're a team that's in a position that can make a move. I don't know that he's a detriment to them at this point, but. If he doesn't turn it, if he doesn't start becoming the player that you think he could become, how long do you do that? Do you give him a couple of years while your star players are getting older, or do you be like, look, we got to win now? So, what happens there? That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I just think people are panicking though. I haven't seen him play terribly. Even when he came back last season for the 10 games at the end of the season, I haven't seen him play terribly. Then, obviously his shoulder was still ailing. He still had that dumb hitch in the shot. That's better now, but he's just not going to come in lighting it up. Even J.J. Redick, and I don't know if it's his bench role in the first game, he didn't come in lighting it up. So it's but folks, because of his issues, everybody expects, okay, if he come in and he shoot a couple J's and they don't fall, this dude is just garbage. People are way too quick. Yeah, I mean, because it's quick to the judgment, but it's also when you look at some of the guys that are in his draft class, and specifically the GOAT on the other side of the floor. When you think the Sixers could have got Tatum and had Tatum on the same team with Simmons and Embiid, he's going to be judged against Tatum the rest of his career. Which is unfair because Tatum came into a good situation. And plus, they still, Tatum got game, but they're still Tatum is being hyped ungodly. But Skyview said, how are you not going to play in the playoffs at all and then start? Well, Skyview, because the playoffs were 6 months ago. He was injured last season going into the playoffs. His jump shot, his hitch in his jump shot showed you that he was still afraid to lift his shoulder. So in the playoffs, he would have been a liability. So it doesn't matter. Rookies come into the league.
that wasn't even around
Tatum
for the
is definitely,
playoffs, and they start. So that's
Tatum is definitely sized, but like
my answer is health.
Even if Tatum,
that's my answer to your question. Scott.
Yeah, even if Tatum, but the thing is, those two guys are tied at the hip, like it or not. It just is what it is. It's sort of like Spider-Man and Ben gonna be tied at the hip, and they're not even in the same draft class. But because of what happened last year.
I don't care if he never becomes as good as Tatum. As long as he does what he needs to do for this team to be successful, he ain't got to be Tatum. He ain't got to be Tatum.
This is true.
Tatum going to break Boston up because
point.
Tatum going to get $100 million contract in a few years. Tatum going to be the reason Boston
already
declines in a few years.
Yeah, because Barry got a movie, and they don't even talk about him no more. So that could be the case.
Tatum,
but you know what, though?
You got to pay the GOAT.
The fact of the matter is, like, and I get your point. All you want is success for your team. But, dog, Tatum career, like, Sixers fans are going to look at that. That just will. That's just what it is. Anyway, man, we got to get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for another briefing in the War Room. Shout out to everybody on the chat room, the GroupMe app, Facebook, Twitter. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Gus Griffin for handicapping those games. And tune in next week. Live right here on demand. We're going to recap the NFL week, which is week 7, and preview week 8. Catch up on everything happening in the early NBA season, the Major League Baseball postseason, and everything else in the world of sports and all kinds of other ratchetness that athletes will give us to talk about by next week. So until then, enjoy everything you got going on. You can catch everything we do at the Hub, which is warroomsports.com. You can catch all of our social media. All of our content is at warroomsports.com. Pick up my book, Sports to Book, at sportstobook.com or warroomsports.com. And until next time, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance. We'll see you chumps on top.
6 to 8. Yeah. War Room Sports. Y'all ready? Let's go. Stay in tune to Jimmy. Know the blueprint. Yo. Every Thursday, 6 to 8, they do this. Shout out to Dev. PJ, B. Austin, Bay on replay. WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app. If not, dial 323-1400-12. They be going and you sensitive, then oh well. Yeah. Physical podcast, let's talk sports. Showtime like magic in the block push. Listen live, push 1 to join in. Rip your team or listen for your enjoyment. Hip hop scholars, pit stop and knowledge. Should be in sports credits, I ain't talking college. 5 guys, no beef though. Corporate secret, but the streets know. Belafonte, I got a G flow. KC, royalty, I'm in beast mode. 2 hours, get your game up. Who's the best sportscast? You better name us. War Room Sports. Yeah, you know, Jimmy, Dev, DJ, Jack Bay, the officer. I'm shot. Up here coming on the beat.
Ha ha ha.